Good afternoon, my dear kids. Once again, welcome back. So, this is Miran Raj signing in from this part of the world, Cochin, Kerala. Your science teacher, my dear kids. Welcome to the world of science. Okay, what we were discussing? We were discussing about the ninth chapter of class 9. Of course, it is force and the laws of motion. It's not a big chapter, it's a small chapter. We already completed half of it and a bit more. Some applications are there regarding this laws of motion, especially the second and third one. First one, second one, third one, three laws are there. The last one is the most important law, and it is very easy also. Okay, so second law we already studied. From that we derived an equation called as force F is equal to the mass of a body into its acceleration. Okay, the force F acting on a particular body will be the product of its mass and acceleration. That means 1 Newton, the SI unit of force is Newton. Okay, Newton, or dyne, another unit also is there, but Newton is the standard unit of force. So 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. That is the standard unit of what? Okay, Newton is the standard unit of force. So you know the rate of change of momentum of a body is directly proportional to the applied force. With that we already derived the equation, this one, isn't it? Okay, and when mass is more, acceleration will be very less. When mass is small, acceleration will be huge. Understand? If we are applying 10 Newton force, okay, we have a ball here, we have a lorry here, see, and we are applying the same force, 10 Newton. But in the first case, acceleration will be very high because the mass is very small. The ball is very small, so mass is small, so acceleration is huge. See, big A. Acceleration is high when mass is low, and acceleration will be very less when mass is very high. That means acceleration produced is inversely proportional to the mass of the object. Okay, for that purpose this demonstration is given. Understand? The acceleration of a particular body is inversely proportional to its mass. Simple thing. What is it? Simple thing. Which will have more pickup? For example, I am telling, okay, you are running. Okay, you are running. After the school, you are running to your home. With bag, you will run fastly, or without bag, you will run fastly. Listen carefully. Your school is finished and you are running back to your home. Understand? Because 4 o'clock or 4:30 the cricket match will start, or the shuttle tournament will start. You want to go, otherwise some favorite TV series is going on, or serials or cartoons are there in your TV, so you want to watch it. So you need to hurry up into your home. Okay, you are running to your home. Tell me, two students, both weight is 40 kg, both of them weight are 40 kg, they are running to their home. Okay, one is carrying his bag almost like 5 kg or 10 kg of bag he is carrying, other is not carrying anything. Understand? Which boy will reach the home first? Both are running the same speed, not same speed, both have same abilities to run. Of course, the boy which does not has the bag, because bag means mass. More mass means less acceleration. It will be very difficult. If you want to run at the same speed of the boy which does not has bag, you need to apply more force. Understand? That is, acceleration and mass is inversely proportional to each other. Mass increases, acceleration decreases. Acceleration increases, mass decreases. Understand? SI unit is Newton, no doubt regarding that. So this is a definition for 1 Newton. Okay, this is also important. What is 1 Newton? Question comes means you want to write this definition. A Newton is that force which, when acting on a body of mass 1 kg, produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second. You have a body, that body's weight is 1 kg, 1 kilogram weight, and you are applying a particular amount of force so that that body moves 1 meter per second square. The speed or acceleration of that body is 1 meter per second square. Okay, 1 kg body moving with a velocity or with an acceleration of 1 meter per second square. The particular force which we exerted to move 1 kg of body with 1 meter per second acceleration is known as 1 Newton. Understand? The equation for Newton is F is equal to ma, where F is the force, m is the mass, a is the acceleration. Okay? Okay, fine. Kilogram meter per second square is also another unit, but the standard unit is Newton N, denoted by capital letter N. Understand? So some applications. So in a cricket match, anyway, it's very good example now how to catch the ball. Why I am telling this? Because because it is in the textbook. That's why I am telling this. This is a very good example. Have you seen cricketers playing cricket? Anyway, it's the time of IPL, right? Okay, IPL matches are going on now. My team is Mumbai Indians. I don't know about your team. Okay, I am a Mumbai Indian fan. Yesterday we won. Leave it, my dear kids. So during cricket match, have you seen fielders taking catches? Have you seen fielders taking catches? How they are taking catches? See what the fielder is doing after the ball. His ball comes with high acceleration, isn't it? Okay, if somebody is hitting a six, for example, Virat Kohli tried to hit a six, but the ball went straight upside, and somebody is coming, or Rohit Sharma is coming to catch that ball. How he will take the catch? Simply he will hold the hand steadily, or he will do this movement. Actually, he is moving the hand from here to here. Understand? Why is he doing that? There is a big science behind that. Understand? Big science. So you know that what is acceleration? Okay. Distance traveled by time, isn't it? That is speed, isn't it? Rate of change of velocity by time. Okay, that is also called as acceleration. Anyway, leave it. But if the time is increased, what will happen to the force? We have an equation for that. Okay, equation is not there. Actually, one derivation was there. If the time is increased, what is the equation for acceleration? Tell me, you already studied what the equation? V minus u by t, isn't it? V minus u by t is acceleration. V minus u divided by t. If t increases, what will happen to the force? Actually, I want to show it in the board, otherwise you won't understand, isn't it? Anyway, when time increases, force is decreasing. That is, force is inversely proportional to time. Time increases, force decreases. So, they are increasing the time of, this is the initial velocity. Here when the ball comes, it is the final velocity, isn't it? When the boy catches the ball, here it is the initial velocity, maybe like 100 km per second. Final velocity, always it is 0. That means you are making the ball to rest in your hand. And time between initial and final velocity is t. Okay, if you put that equation v minus u by t in F is equal to ma, a is equal to v minus u by t. If t increases, F decreases. So, the force, okay, too much force when this ball is moving in high momentum. So, force is very large. Understand? If you increase the time to reduce it to 0, then the force will be very, very less. Otherwise, if you are simply holding your hand still means, this is stitch ball. It's very hard. You will break your hand. Understand? That's why they are increasing the time between initial velocity and final velocity. Understand? Initial velocity means the speed of the ball. Final velocity means 0 km per second, because ball is at rest at the final time. Understand? Okay, let's see. In a cricket match, a fielder moves his arm back while trying to catch a cricket ball, because if he tries to stop the fast moving ball suddenly, then the speed decreases to 0 in a very short time. Therefore, the retardation of the ball will be very, very large. Retardation means negative acceleration. Understand? Negative acceleration will be very, very large. As a result, the fielder has to apply a large force to stop the ball. Maybe he will break his hand if he is doing that much strength. Thus, if he tries to stop a fast moving cricket ball, the fielder may get hurt as the ball exerts a great pressure on the hand. But if he tries to stop it gradually by moving his arms back, then the velocity decreases gradually, okay, in a longer interval of time, and hence retardation decreases. So why he is pulling his hand back? To increase the time, okay. Increase the time means retardation is not very quick, slow retardation will occur, and he won't hurt his hand. Understand? That is the main example for the application for the second laws of motion. Another thing, we know that object with different masses accelerate to the ground at the same rate. For example, acceleration due to gravity, something which we have, okay, that is a constant 9.8 meter per second for all the object. If something is falling down, its acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter per second, okay, that is a constant. But if the mass is bigger, understand, if the mass increases, then force is increasing, acceleration due to gravity is same. Understand? Acceleration due to gravity, I think you didn't study it, isn't it? That means the speed at which an object falls down. If you take a, look, I have a pen in my hand, if I am putting it down, understand, that speed, okay, that speed is 9.8 meters per second square. Understand? Every object, if you put means it comes with the same speed. Understand? For example, if a feather and a cricket ball means feather is too light, so air pressure will change the speed. But in the case of one small rock and big rock, both will reach the ground at the same time. Understand? But if the mass is increasing, then the impact force will be huge. Understand? More mass means more force, but acceleration due to gravity will be equal. See, in this case, this rock is 10 kg and this rock is 1 kg. Understand? When it falls, what is the force? Force will be mass into acceleration. 10 into acceleration is 9.8 meter per second, that's a constant. 9.8 into 10 will give 98 Newton. See, but the speed is same, acceleration due to gravity is same in both cases, but here mass is less, 1 kg into 9.8. So here it is 9.8 Newton, here it is 98 Newton. But the acceleration or the speed is constant. Understand? But the impact force will be more for a body which has higher masses. Okay. However, because of second law, we know that they don't hit the ground with same force. Okay, different forces. Okay, that's the end of the first laws of motion. I hope not first law, first and second law already finished. Understand? This one, you know how it is occurring, because we are substituting this equation. Understand? Where is that equation? This one, F is equal to ma, A is equal to V minus U by T. Okay, V minus U by T. V minus U is equal to AT. Another equation you studied. V minus U by T. That means time increases, force decreases. Okay, that's it, my dear kids. Next, we will study about the third laws of motion. Third law. It is very important. Understand? Till then, bye bye. Take care and Jai Hind.